My name is Scott Goudsward. I am mostly from Haverhill. I went to Haverhill High School, class of '85. There's a I write nonfiction with my brother. We got this book out right now. We have another book coming out next year called The Horror Guide to Florida. And what these are geographical lists of where horror is set within the states. Short stories, novels, filming locations, some folklore, which isn't nearly as detailed as Pete's stuff is. And I write a bunch of short stories, novels, screenplays. Some of the stuff's over there. I'm currently editing a new anthology for the New England Horror Writers, which I'm a, what do you call them for that?
Coordinator.
Coordinator. Okay, that works.
Like Chris does.
So I'm going to go to the Haverhill section of this book and just read a couple of quick entries. Haverhill, founded in 1640, it doesn't have the haunted past of Salem or the literary diversity of Boston, but has offered a consistent stream of contributions to the macabre. Colonial Hannah Dustin was the Commonwealth's first celebrity axe murderer. Nathaniel Saltonstall was a Salem witch trial judge. Noted poet John Greenleaf Whittier's first book was not a collection of his poems, but a collection of folklore, ghosts, and poltergeists. H.P. Lovecraft was a frequent visitor. Rob Zombie was born in Haverhill in 1966. Haverhill is also the birthplace of Walter Gilman, a student at Miskatonic University with a double major in non-Euclidean calculus and quantum physics. When he discovers a witch in Arkham's colonial history, whose explanation of her spectral travels sound like a rough equivalent of his own theories, he moves her into his older man H.P. Lovecraft's The Dream in the Witch House, the stories first published in Weird Tales. And the entire book pretty much goes on like that throughout the entire state, with each city's got its own listing for it. Haverhill, Amesbury Road. John Greenleaf Whittier was born in Whittier Ancestral Home off Amesbury Road, built in 1688, now open as a museum and a literary shrine. The poet was fifth generation of Whittier's born in the house. Although noted for his abolitionist activities and his poems celebrating rural life, Whittier also relished a good ghost story, many of which are derived from his childhood haunts in East Haverhill. His poetry also includes tales of witchcraft, the wreck of Rivermouth, changelings, the changeling, and ghosts, the new wife and the old. His first book was not poetry, but a study of local superstitions. The Legends of New England, published in 1831. He later went back to the topic in 1847 with the supernaturalism of New England. In the gardens behind the house is a beehive braided straw, similar to those used by the Whittiers. Although living in Amesbury, Whittier returned to his childhood for the setting of his Telling of the Bees, first published in Atlantic Monthly in 1858. The poem recounts the British folk wisdom that the farmer must tell the bees of births, marriages, and the deaths of the family, or the insulted avians will swarm away. New Englanders elaborated on the folklore, going so far as Whittier notes in the poem that drape the hives in black while the house is mourning a death. So, a little bit of sampling from history, from Haverhill's history in this. But short stories, novels, what we read is all in this book. It kind of summarized like that. So over there if you're interested. Thank you.
Okay, like I said, we're going to take a short break, but before we take the break, I just wanted to make a couple of announcements. You've been noticing a lot of people have been taking pictures. That's because we all post these pictures on Facebook. So if you're interested in any of the authors, or you're interested in a whole bunch of New England authors, go to the New England Authors Expo Facebook page and you'll see pictures from tonight. And we'll also have links to all of these authors' own Facebook pages or their websites so you can get more information. Also, since this night is completely different than what we usually do with these authors, I thought that I was going to take a second because I have never spoke about any of my books.
Yeah.
At any of these events all year. I haven't done a horror book. However,
you should.
I just thought of it when you were mentioning Haverhill. My wife and I wrote, you might have seen this book, Legendary Locals of Haverhill. That's my wife over there. Say hi.
Hey.
And this was the very first book written in this series. So when you see all of these books in all the different towns, we were first. There is actually one ghost story in here. So, okay, so there is horror. And my wife and I also wrote a book called The Vineyards and Wineries of New England.
Yeah.
You can drink and probably hallucinate ghosts, or you can take a bottle and hit it over your wife's or husband's head. And that's a horror story.
You can drink and write too.
Yeah, drink and write.
Or just drink.
So these are my plugs for myself. But also one thing I wanted to say that I've never said in any of these events is I want to thank Jay, who's been filming this all.
Yeah.
Is doing this all on his own free time, and he's doing this all, like I said, you know, just to help all of the local authors get more exposure. These videos that he's been filming are going to be on Haverhill Community Television, but he's also going to make them available to all of the authors that have attended all of these events. When the videos are ready, I'm going to contact you and get you a copy, and you can have them air in the towns that you live in.
We're going to be internet celebrities?
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is all of Jay's doing.
Thank you, Jay.
It was his idea. I had nothing to do with this, so thank you.
Thank you.
Also, thank you to John's been taking pictures at events, the last couple of events, because he can take better pictures than I can. So thank you, John. And take a break. Remember, there's some Danish and water and coffee. There's some pencils, and I told you that there were little business cards that have tips to keep your kids safe for Halloween. There's bathrooms, and you can talk to the authors, and after about, what, 5-10 minutes, we'll have all the authors up here and do a question and answer period. So,
And
thank
they'll
you.
answer any question you've got.
Almost.
About Dale Phillips.
Every question about jail.
All right, so thank you.
Tonight.